question that I receive quite a lot is, how do I stay sane on YouTube? I really like that question because explaining the answer gives me an opportunity to give my opinion on various YouTube related matters, and it might even give you some advice you might want. I don't like beating around the bush, so you know the drill. When making content, the first question you always have to ask yourself is this something I would watch? If the answer is yes, then good job. If it's no, then trust me, just don't bother. This might result in your channel being chaotic, to say the least. Does that matter? Well, yes and no. Uploading similar content on a consistent basis might be good for the algorithm when you've already been lucky on one video, which is to say that you've already had some major views on one of your videos and now people want to see more of that content from you. But there are thousands upon millions of channels which have uploaded similar content for months, if not years, and most of their videos don't get an extraordinary amount of views. That's not a slight, that's an observation, seeing how my videos, the least said the better. At the end of the day, the person who will have to always watch your videos is you. Like, not only during the creation process, but like, trust me, half of the views on my videos are my own. It's therefore a tad ironic that my least favourite videos on this channel have the highest view count. It has little to do with it technically not being my own content, because it's just someone else's content and just edited, but it's more so because they get so many views, they at some point don't feel like my videos anymore, if that makes sense. Depending on what style of content you make, whether it be animation or highly edited videos, at some point you will start to see production as a chore. Don't try to argue me on that one. At some point, no matter how much you love the video you're making, you will start to get slightly annoyed at the repetitive nature of the creation process. This is normal. It can be best explained using this graph, with Y being the level of annoyance and X being the percentage of video completion. But do I see my project as worth the effort? Of course I do, I love seeing people getting bullied. Susan, please. For legal reasons, that was a joke. Perhaps my previous statement might be somewhat misleading. When I said I receive the question a lot, how do you stay sane on YouTube, what I really mean is, how do you deal with drama so much? Well, the answer to that is quite simple. I do this for fun. I enjoy documenting, and reporting is just reading your documentation aloud. And I of course takes extra glee in knowing what I'm saying is factually correct. What you should not do, especially not when you cannot get a first-hand account of things you document, is to ask just one source, which leads you to draw the wrong conclusions.
Also, there is one huge lie in Scott's thread.
Some people do go too far. And trust me, from the bottom of my alcoholic heart, when I say that when I cover those people, it's not for fun anymore. I then see it as an obligation. I sort of explained this in a rant video from almost a year ago, but to summarize, when people like kids, and I mean really, really like kids, was in a position where they are idolized by kids, those people are dangerous. Savile style. It's very important as a content creator, no matter what size or subscriber count, to not let your audience define you. If a creator says in a video that they love their audience, that's a lie. They love the section of their audience which treats them with respect and leaves comments that aren't either harassment or just plain old weird. Creators are often known for being one thing whilst their fanbase is known for being something else. For instance, when a streamer is known for being one thing, let's say this one streamer is known for being very quick on the draw with his quick wit, but his fanbase is known for only using the same 3 jokes over and over and over again. You know what I mean. It's the same with some drama channels, let's say Leafy, who are known for being, let's say, edgy, and then their fanbase is just known for being circle jerking children. You get the idea. This goes hand in hand with another belief that I've held for as long as I've begun to look into YouTube as a whole. A creator owes their audience nothing, but neither does the audience owe the creator anything. What I mean by this is that the creator should not think that their audience should watch their videos, because why would they? There's so much on this platform to watch. Don't ever even think that you are entitled to views, money or success. But this goes both ways. As an audience member, you are not expected to watch a video, donate to a Patreon or even subscribe. You choose to do so, and for that alone a creator should be nothing but thankful. However, there's this one little footnote that I have to post right below that statement. Just because a creator should be thankful that you've watched their content, which they absolutely should by the way, that does not mean that they owe you their friendship. And really, this is just a call to your common sense. Please don't treat creators like your friends just because they reply to you on Twitter once. Like, imagine how weird that would be IRL.
Oh my god, you flying Scott, I've seen all your videos, can I please be friends with you?
I personally don't watch as much YouTube as I used to, let's say a year ago. However, there are plenty of YouTubers who inspire me to make my videos in the style that I do. Examples are Omegon for using a 2D avatar in the way that he does, Radical Soda for thumbnail style and maybe even the edit humor, and the man, the myth, the legend, Lazy Purple for the inclusions of animation skits within some of my videos. Saying that might be an insult depending on who you ask, but nevertheless, it's very important to keep tabs on the YouTube atmosphere in general because you never know, it might give you some creative ideas. Isolate yourself, and this statement being especially true for larger YouTubers who have stagnated their channels, you will end up constantly running into a brick wall. If success is what you're after anyway. And now for asked questions. Questions I receive sometimes, not frequently. Some of these I can source, some of them I cannot, and you'll have to take my word for them. Is Scotsman's Octoling a trap? This was a mistake. What got you into SFM? Well, I used to like drawing, then I realised I could not draw, and now people make the drawings for me and I make the drawings move. Simple as that. So why is Caramel Melanie now? The trend among these questions is that people are going to be more interested in this sheet of pixels than they are interested in me, which I'm actually perfectly fine with. Really, it just started as an in-joke between me and some other, well, I guess you could say they were friends of mine. It's just that that joke has still not died after almost a year, and, no, not a year, 10 months. So, ah dear, when will this end? Wait, your avatar is just Melanie from Pokemon but recolored? Yes, she is, and if you didn't know that, that means Clark Kent was onto something with those glasses. What is love? It is pain spelled differently. How old is Caramel? Old enough to realize life is pain. Now, I always wanted her to be a young person who acts like an old person, so let's say middle of the roads in her 30s, I think. I don't really know, never really considered that. What editing software do you use? I use Premiere Pro, but an old version of Premiere Pro because I don't like change. Are all the different Caramel designs from alternate universes? Actually, not a lot of people know this, but in her debut video, Caramelanie, as I tend to call this specific version of Caramel, is revealed to just be Octoling Caramel after a failed experiment, but nowadays I just consider Caramelanie to be the actual version of Caramel and just pretend that Octoling Caramel never happened. I cannot escape my past. One day I'll weep at the memory of making Caramel fat. Memento Mori. Why is your name Flying Scot? I'm Scottish, I like trains. So the Flying Scotsman joke was quickly made. Over time this was shortened to Scott, and now all my mates call me Scott. Stop saying I'm a trap. I'm not. Is Emily adopted? I'm actually really surprised that people liked Emily so much when she first appeared. No, she's not adopted. The way I view her and Caramel is that they're just sisters, and just one got one end of the genetic scale and one got the other. Are you Dutch? In naam van Oranje, doe open de poort. Bugger here again. Are you actually Scottish? Why would I lie about that? What got you into trains? Watching documentaries as a kid and going, haha, train good chuff. What's your favourite steam locomotive? Here's a question, the answer to which changes more often than Caramel's design. Let's just say, yeah, you know, Grizzly A3s with the smoke deflectors preferably. Strowley Terriers, I always like. Man, just any Southern Railway tank engines really. That answer changes depending on the fucking weather these days. I like Princess Coronations. I like the unstreamlined ones, and I actually like the IVIP ones better than the Stanier ones because they look more modern, and I like the roller bearing axle. I mean, yeah, I guess, you know, Black 5s are always solid options, just that those are the standard, you know. I like standard 5. I wasted my time.